you struggle with your bunker play, where the ball launches too low, you struggle to get enough elevation to get the ball out of the bunker. One thing we do see on a regular occurrence, swing the club back, the knuckles of your left wrist go down towards the ground. That causes that club face to get really closed. Because we've taken loft off the club in the backswing, we're going to have to somehow manipulate that loft and add that loft back on the golf club. You see a couple issues, your weight hangs back into your right side, we lift the leading edge off the ground, and everything works to the right to try and add that loft back on. If you're this golfer, change what you're doing. As we swing the club back, the knuckles of my left hand aren't in the ground. I feel like I'm twisting my left wrist so the knuckles point back towards the middle of my body. I feel like the angle decreases between my fingers and my left wrist. If I swing the club back and the knuckles of my left wrist go down towards the ground, the sand falls off the club face in the backswing. Club face gets really closed, we deal off the club coming at impact, leading edge digs, and you're going to spend all day in this bunker. Great drill, place more sand on the club face. We're going to throw the sand over our right shoulder, keep the sand on the club face for as long as possible. As the sand faces up towards the sky, that's going to keep the club face in a more open position, back towards your body line, and throw the sand. A lot of golfers will swing the club back, we come into impact, the chest doesn't open up towards the target, the right shoulder drops too quickly, causing the left shoulder to go up towards the sky. Club head gets really stuck. As we release the club, left arm works away from the chest, leading edge rises. The club head works to the right of the target line. The feeling is no wrist hinge for this shot. It's taking the club back nice and wide, and as we swing the club on the way through, keep your left arm more connected to your chest. Just allow the chest to gently rotate towards the target. So left arm more on your chest and gently rotate the chest around your ankles. So left foot and left knee flared open. Swing the club back, don't let the right shoulder drop too quickly. Keep the right shoulder a little bit higher. That's going to keep your chest more ahead of the golf ball and allow your weight to move more left. Then as we swing the club through, I really feel like my chest rotates around my ankle. A great way that's going to facilitate that as your left shoulder is going to work up and back. The mistake is taking too much loft, so substitute your 54 for your 8 iron. We're going to play a low bump and run here, a chip and run, low tariff shot. It's going to give you a little bit more success, but it's also going to get the golf ball to the green as quickly as possible. How do you perform this shot? Get my hip line a little bit more open, channel my pressure more into my left side, so the ball's in the middle of the stance, my lower body's a little bit left of my shoulder alignment. I'm going to get my hands a little bit higher, so I feel like my hands and my elbows are slightly elevated off the ground, and it's a longer version of a putt. I'm just going to keep the arms nice and straight. I'm just going to focus on a landing spot, standing a little bit closer, getting the hands higher, so I feel like the toe of the club is flush on the ground, the heel is slightly elevated, visualising that landing spot just on the edge of the green, and it's a gentle rotation of the chest on the way through. Many golfers, as they're pitching, as they come into the impact position, the right elbow works away from the body, club head gets excessively steep, then through impact the elbows are pulled in close together, and that's where you experience a heel strike or a toe strike. The next time you experience that shot, as you come into impact, feel like your right elbow always stays in close connection with your right hip. So set the club on the way back, keep your right elbow close to your right hip. Simple drill, place your left hand, place it on the top of your right bicep. Feel like the right elbow always stays relatively close to the right side of your ribcage. And then through impact, I'm really trying to get my chest to point forward. So a great feeling that's going to help establish that. So think about you rotating your chest around your shoulders. So chest is rotating around your shoulders and point the chest forward. The right elbow connected, chest rotate towards the target. Nice and soft release. Golfers, if you struggle with your pitching, club head hitting the ground well before impact, leading edge rises, contributes to a lot of thins tops, a lot of heavy shots, and also a lack of confidence. One of the biggest issues we do see when you set up to any pitch shot, we want the ball in the middle of the stands, relatively depending on what shot shape or shot height you want to create. We see the club head get too far behind the hand, so the grip end of the club, instead of it being close to my left hip in the backswing, you start to see the grip end of the club pointing towards the golf ball that's located on the ground. Club head gets severely inside the hands. As we come back into impact, club head gets really far behind the hands, and then you'll start to see through impact this leading edge starts to rise, and that contributes to a lack of success when pitched. Swinging the club back, feel like the grip end of the club points quite close to your left hip. That's going to keep the hands in, but it's going to allow the club head to work slightly out. The club head's not getting underneath the right forearm. The club head stays a little bit higher than the right forearm, Then as I work the club into impact, that keeps the club more in front of me, keep left bicep more connected to the left side of your chest, and then my left shoulder is going to work up and back through impact. We've worked on today, you have a tendency to get too far away from the golf ball. As the club goes back, the knuckles of your left hand go down towards the ground, causing that club face to get really closed. Club head gets severely inside the position of your hands. Then through impact, that left arm really works away from your chest, the leading edge starts to rise, and we experience shots like that low point falls back. So what we've really done to get a bit more of an exaggerated feeling to develop change, stand a little bit closer, open up the left foot, left knee, get the hands slightly higher. As we work the club back, we're really trying to feel like to get a bit more height. The knuckles of your left wrist are put back towards your body line. That's going to create a bit more loft, but encourage the club to work a bit more out compared to your hands. Then through impact, we're not lifting leading edge. Set the loft in the backswing, then through impact, only feeling his left shoulder is going to work up and back. Hands stay relatively close to your left hip. Keep that club face nice and open. Ball will come off a little bit softer. Club head will feel out, and then we really work on the grip end of the club up and left through impact. I'm going to make some swings really feel that connection, so feel like the right elbow always stays relatively close to the right side of your ribcage. Maintain the pressure of your left hand and your right bicep, and then through impact I'm really trying to get my chest to point forward. So a great feeling that's going to help establish that. Think about you rotating your chest around your shoulders. So both elbows connected to both sides of the ribcage. Gentle rotation of the chest on the way back, keep the right elbow in front of your body. Then as we swing the club through impact, I'm really feeling like that left arm stays connected to my chest. So right elbow connected, chest to rotate towards the target. Golfers that struggle with that 20 to 50 yard pitch, as we come into the impact position, the chest is too square, club head gets way behind the hands, and then through impact the path works too much in to out. Then as we come into impact, the low point moves back, everything's pushed out to the right of the target. When you set up to any short game shot, you're going to flay your left foot and your left knee. The ball position's in the middle of your stance. You're going to grip on the steel, a simple feeling that's going to help you generate a little bit more success. As we come into the impact position, we're going to try and get the club head, which is a reference point to your chest, to face the target. So we're going to place the grip end of the club on our chest. We're going to open up our chest a little bit more through impact. As we come through impact, we're going to feel that right shoulder stays higher and then chest rotates towards the target. Don't let that right shoulder drop too quickly. Left bicep on your chest for longer. Left shoulder working up and back. Chest to point forward. Release club, grooves of the club face pointing back at you. Keep that club face nice and open. If you struggle with your pitch in, the chances are you're going to get really narrow in the backswing. You encourage too much wrist hinge early on, that angle gets really narrow, so the thumbs go towards the sky too early. Then what happens as we come into impact, we're going to drive the grip end of the club low and left, where we maintain this angle, we take too much lag, too much compression in impact. We de-loft our wedges, the ball comes off relatively quick, leading edge is going to sink into the ground, as the ball comes off relatively fast, and then we have to compensate by driving our legs down towards the ground, or also hanging back to manage our low point. So nice wide backswing, a gentle rotation of the right hip. Then as we come into impact, think about your thumbs are going to point down towards the ground a little bit earlier. That's going to get the club head to lower to the ground a little bit quicker, but it's also going to enable the grip end of the club to work up and left. Wider in the backswing, gentle rotation of the right hip. Then as we come into impact, we're not driving the grip end of the club low and left. Thumbs down towards the ground by the time the club head reaches the golf ball. It's going to allow the grip end of the club to work up and left. Left shoulder working up and back as the chest rotates towards the target.